people. Welcome back to you and I. Whew. Wow, thank you very much for being here. If you are live, like, share, subscribe, and send me comments so that I know that everything is good. Let me know where you at and where you what is on your mind. Oh my goodness, it is open mic. Let me put the link. The link. If you want to come into the studio and express yourself, let me put the link to enter the studio and come and express yourself. All right. My people, today we are recording live on Saturday, June 13, 2026. First thing that I want to do is apologize because the guest that we had on the show today to talk about this topic that we had set, who holds the United Nations accountable, Chief Taku Council at the ICC, Rwanda, justice delayed. Yeah, so they canceled on me on last minute, man. I don't know what's happening. Yo, the show, You and I Talk Show, airs Saturday. We are live. We're recording live. We're interacting with our audience on Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, Vancouver. Preferably sometimes earlier. Oh, man. So thank you everybody who is here, but we're not going to be talking about the United Nations and who holds it accountable, and our guest that we had scheduled is not going to show up. Last minute cancellation. I have no idea what's going on. So what we're going to do is have fun because the World Cup has started. Oh, yo, do you see how I'm dressed? Do you see how I'm dressed? Oh, man. So you can already guess my team. So let me comment on the World Cup a little bit. You know, the World Cup is politics, it's culture, it's society. Oh, my goodness. There is geopolitics in the World Cup as well. And then we're going to move into French, of course, talk about the Congolese team. Yeah, mama, where did you guys see the Leopard, the Congolese team, show up in the USA? What? So that's my team, the Leopards. Yo, been supporting the Leopards forever, man. Check our background. Yo, man. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to show you the video of how they showed up. The fashion. Oh, la sapology. No. Congolese people are like the kings and queens of sapology. La sap. No, the way they showed up in the US. Nah. Yo. Oh, man. So I got my leopard on. Yeah, I got the black on. Oh, man. Yo, let's get this party started. I'm going to put you in the show. Let me put you in the show if you want to say something. Let me put you in the show. All right. I'm listening. You're in the show.
Yes, I'm Patrick Alliance KAMAYIRESE. I'm in South Africa. In South Africa right now, they are chasing foreigners and they are saying foreigners must go. And we are scared. You see, even I'm in darkness. I'm sleeping outside. Last time I was putting on public what is happening. The report of RUZBIZA Abdur. I was giving the report about a little bit of summary because his book is on Amazon. If you have time, maybe we talk about it next time. I don't know why people. There are things which amaze me. There are things that people they talk about, but they don't talk about that. Who was that? Johnson Musinge. When Johnson Musinge was spied by led by Donkey, nobody talked about it. I want to ask, nobody talk about it. Nobody comes back about the report of Abdul Ruzibiza. I don't know. Me, I never say Rwanda. I say B because for my reason to hide myself. But nice to meet you. I can let you continue with your topic. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Um, well, I'm so sorry, first of all, to hear about the. Okay, let me leave you in the show so that you can hear the response. I'm so sorry to hear about what's happening in South Africa, and we were about to talk about the World Cup and the mood at the World Cup. You can see that even the entire African continent was against South Africa. They were hoping that South Africa loses when they were playing against Mexico, and the Mexicans didn't even understand how all the entire African continent is supporting Mexico versus South Africa, precisely
Mm,
because of this problem that you are mentioning about South Africans feeling threatened by other Africans, and then saying that they want to chase away the fellow Africans. So um, I don't know what's happening in South Africa. I'm thinking that um, maybe South Africans are suffering, and their way to express their suffering is to erupt and hurt other people, because maybe they have no way, they have, it seems as if they have something deep suffering going on in South Africa. So I think when people are suffering on the inside, this is when they are going to lash out against other people and say and express their suffering by making other people suffer. So I'm like kind of investigating on why exactly and how South Africans are suffering to that level of then making their fellow Africans suffer. And then it's also a moment for us to reflect on our own countries, why we have to run away from our own countries. Our own countries are so horrible that we have to run away from our own countries in order to be able to live and survive. But our own countries are so horrible that even when we encounter mistreatment wherever we are, um, we still can't go back to our own countries because our own countries are still so horrible. So we must keep advocating that our own countries become better. That way, we don't have to be in anybody else's country. We can live in our own country if our own country is better. Now, about the men that you spoke about, for people who don't know, Abdul Ruzibiza is a man who was in the RPF, the Kagamistan army, and he testified about how the Kagamistan in Rwanda is the one who killed the two African presidents who shot the plane down. He testifies about how he was there, how he knows that it is Kagame who assassinated two African presidents in order to provoke a genocide, cause maximum chaos, and take over power. Abdul Ruzibiza was testifying about this, and I suspect that he was assassinated because he testified. So there are videos of him testifying, and thank you for bringing his case to our attention. For sure, we're going to try to share more about him, um, as we evolve. So thank you very much for sharing. Is there anything that you wanted to say before we let you go? We'll be in KinyaRwanda soon. Maybe you can come back in
oh,
KinyaRwanda.
no, I can't say that language. I can
Mm.
understand a little bit.
Oh,
Me,
okay,
I
okay,
speak.
okay.
Yes, yes, yes. But what I want to talk about a little bit is this. In South Africa, the problem is economy. Everyone want to be having a better life. They want to be happy. Everyone want to win a bread for his family. And sometimes they want to take the employment or what you call in English jobs. Me, I don't believe in jobs. I believe in employment. So everyone want that employment that a foreigner was doing, and that's what is more attracting many to go in streets, break things, sometimes burn things, because they want to take those things that they were having in their hands. But I don't see it as a good option, because the leadership tells them that wait, there are more opportunity if you make peace and you let investment comes in. These foreigners that you are seeing here are not your enemy. They are here to help. They are here to contribute to your economy, so that you can see you all together, working together, cooperating. Because there are things that people of here sometimes they can't do, because normally those who are real citizens of South Africa, they have what they call SASA. It is a grant. It is a small amount of money that a family get per month, so that they can buy basic food. Yeah, food. If you can buy clothes. You can respond to basic need for those whom it can apply. But the problem is, some people they want more, or there are those who hide themselves to be South African when they are not. So foreigners, they come here, they work, they pay taxes, and those taxes, it's from that taxes that those who can't afford employment get SASA, what they call SASA grant. That's money that every citizen who is below the threshold gets. And concerning that RUZIBIZA, I would say that, Abdul, I would say that anyone who can contribute about translating the book, which is in French, and put it in English, it would be good. Thank you, thank you. Have a good evening. You can put me out. I saw you putting calling people to be online, and I had time. I wanted people to know a little bit of this and that, and I have some songs. If anyone is interested in songs, in comments you will send me. I will send you my song. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you. All
Mm.
right, my people, thank you very much. And we thank the young men for communicating with us and for telling us the reality on the ground in South Africa. So, what I would like to tell our brothers and sisters in South Africa is that if you are suffering, please express your suffering, but find a non-harmful way of expressing your suffering and expressing your problems, so that the rest of the world can even help you, so that the world may know how you are suffering and may help you. But if you are suffering and you choose to express your suffering by being violent on upon our fellow Africans, you are putting very, very, very bad karma in the bank account, and it's only a matter of time until you hurt yourself, because hurting others only result in hurting yourself. So let's communicate, and let's have a dialogue. You already, South Africa is going to suffer, because in terms of image on the international level, and even towards the rest of Africa, you have seen how the mood has completely changed. The World Cup, all Africans were for Mexico against South Africa. The whole world. The same way that people are now saying that tomorrow the whole of Africa will be supporting Brazil against Morocco. So people have to see that if the rest of Africa is not supporting you, ultimately you will be hurting yourself. Tourism is gonna go down. People who are coming to invest in your country, going down. The way you're perceived on the international level, going down. So in the end, you are losing. And so if you have any pain to express, express it, but express it peacefully so we can find peaceful solutions and that we can all thrive. Because really, Africa is so rich, and there's no need for that kind of behavior with the prosperity, abundance mentality. South Africa is so rich and can enrich so many people. So many people can be enriched by South Africa. Like, there's so much wealth for everyone who is there. So, and then there's also the fear of an extreme minority that owns 80% of the country, which is the Europeans who went to South Africa for colonization and enslavement and all that. And you see that until today, those Europeans, or the people who have inherited what they took from South Africans or Africans, owning 80% of the land. And then you see the black people, the majority of the country, suffering in poverty. And then I'm thinking, like, maybe when they see other Africans coming in, maybe they feel like they're slowing down their cause to liberate themselves, because they're suffering. The liberation is not complete until they have a proper economic liberation. Because how can you be free and be living in poverty in a country that is so rich? But the problem is that 80% of the wealth is in the hands of the very few, 10%, 20%, not even, or sometimes it's even 5%, you know? So I think it would be better to have a conversation about it, and then to also have alliances. The diaspora can create jobs with South Africans, like find a way to connect peacefully and create those jobs, and also help South Africans continue to liberate themselves economically, so then they don't see the people who are coming in as a threat. I'm thinking that maybe the people who have that economic privilege, who have all the wealth in South Africa, sometimes they may want to use the so-called foreigners or other Africans against black people in South Africa, like putting Africans against Africans, so that while Africans are busy fighting each other, then the minority, which actually owns the majority of the economic power, chills in peace while these Africans are fighting each other. And then maybe they also do it on purpose, that when people go to South Africa, when they offer these jobs, they prefer to use these immigrants who are not affiliated to South Africa to employ them, instead of using the local South Africans, because maybe they are scared of local South Africans, or maybe they deep down they don't actually want to empower the local South Africans economically, so that the local South Africans will stay poor. I don't know. All those things are things that we need to be reflecting. These are conversations that we need to have, so that we can come through and find solutions. And so it's not gonna happen if people are fighting. If you're expressing your anger or your frustration or your problems or your suffering through hurting others, that you're not going to find solutions. Solutions are found in peace and joy, so that we can be creative and create these solutions. So, South Africans, please, time out, peace and love. Let's come up with solutions. Let's have a conversation. I'm pretty sure that we can create solutions. We are children of the Creator. The Creator is a creator. For us to prove that we are children of the Creator, we need to be creative. We need to be creating, So leave the violence to the devils and their servants. You know what I mean? Thank you, South Africa. All right, let's move into French. and keep talking about the leopard, and then moving to KinyaRwanda as well, and talk about something very interesting that I saw about these Rwandans. All right. Merci la famille, on bouge en français. Oh. La famille. Yo! Est-ce que vous me voyez en léopard? Est-ce que vous avez vu les léopards arriver aux États-Unis? Yo, toute l'Afrique est avec les léopards. Vous-même, vous savez, moi j'avais déjà les léopards là, chez moi ici. C'est mon studio même. Yo.